Joining us online is documentary filmmaker Ami Horowitz. He took to the streets of New York to ask people if they knew about some of the racist things that Joe Biden had said. Here's a little bit of what that sounded like.
The quote about Barack Obama being bright, articulate, and clean, Joe Biden.
Really? Wow. And that was his VP, like, wow.
Yeah, a little surprised?
Yeah.
The quote about you ain't black, you don't vote for me was Joe Biden.
Wow, he said that?
He did say that.
Wow. Wow.
You seem blown away.
Yeah, because it's just like, as someone who's, I'm not gonna lie, an open Democrat, like, you would expect that when you represent that party, you wouldn't feel comfortable saying things like that.
Ami, welcome back to the show.
A pleasure.
So,
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so apparently you just decided for this one not to go into an incredibly dangerous place and instead just to stay in your normally dangerous place, which is New York, and just to ask people on the street about Joe Biden quotes. Why don't you explain what your latest adventure was about this time?
Yeah, so there's obviously this working theory that that President Trump is an absolute raging racist, uncontrollable racist, and is always making incredibly racist remarks. And Joe Biden is, of course, the protector and the Democratic Party writ large are the protectors of the Democratic Party. So I want to put that to the test in a couple of ways. And the first way I did it was I kind of I gave people these quotes. Did a kind of a game show, fun game show format where you can win great prizes. And we gave them a quote, a blind quote, without saying who said it. And we had them rate how racist that comment was. And I gave them the four most racist comments that Joe Biden has made and the four quote unquote most racist comments that President Trump has made. And as you can probably guess at this point, that the Trump quotes were actually not racist at all. In fact, they're looking at me saying, well, those are actually true statements, so they don't rate as racist, while Joe Biden said shockingly racist statements. And then after that, I revealed who it was, and they were kind of looking at me kind of strange, that their head was spinning. I then moved on to the more important question, which is, does it seem to you that if the guy who's running for your vote feels comfortable enough making these statements, does that make a larger statement about the Democratic Party? Have they taken you for granted? They all looked at me, they thought about it for a second, and they all looked at me without exception. They said, yeah, I think they are. They are taking advantage of us, and they are taking us for granted. I thought it was pretty enlightening.
So I'm looking forward to the follow-up video in which they all announce that they're still voting Democrat next time there's an election in New York.
Come on, Ben. We can have an effect. Let's not have this defeatist attitude.
I know. I'm a little cynical because, I mean, the fact is that the right has been pointing out this sort of ridiculousness for quite a while now. Were they really all that shocked when they learned that it was Joe Biden that had said all of these things?
Yeah, most of them were pretty shocked. Look, here's the thing. There's just inertia is an incredibly strong physical property, right? And you've had generations of African Americans voting for the Democratic Party. So that inertia is strong. And it takes an incredibly strong force, outside force, to push that inertia and to stop the inertia process and to push them off that track to reverse their process. It is possible. It is possible to do. And I think we're making inroads. And that's the reason why President Trump took a larger percentage of the black vote than any Republican in recent memory.
So, Ami, meanwhile, I may as well get a New York update from you since you are now trapped in the wilds of New York. I left LA and I was like, this place is no good any longer. You're still stuck in New York. So what is your update from on the ground in New York? How's the administration of Bill de Blasio going?
So technically right now, I'm actually in the panhandle of Florida.
Oh, well, welcome to a free state, dude. Welcome to a free state.
Yeah, no kidding. I went to a bar last night. It was great. Look, it's been bad and it's getting worse. I mean, there was just a shooting just in the Upper West Side where I live yesterday at a church, and a man was killed. The homeless situation has gotten absolutely worse. We thought that actually they were taking the homeless out of these luxury hotels. In fact, they're not. They're still there, and their friends who have been allying with them on the left have been suing the courts to make sure they stay there. No, it's getting worse every day. I don't let my daughters walk alone by themselves, and they now have pepper spray, which we never did. Look, 3 years ago, when they were younger, they were able to go to somebody's house for Shabbat and walk back at night. And we had no problem with it. We've changed our entire mode of behavior, Ben.
So do you think there's going to be a continued outflow of people from New York to places like Florida? We've seen in Florida a huge outpouring from New York, from Connecticut, from New Jersey, We're seeing it from California as well. I know a lot of people are wondering after when COVID is over, whether that sort of reverses itself. But it seems like this may be more of a permanent shift, that a lot of people are starting to see, Democrat-governed cities as places they don't want to bring up kids.
It has nothing to do with coronavirus. This has been going on for a long time. It was accelerated for sure by coronavirus, but this is going on way before. It has nothing to do with it, and that's why I'm afraid that it's only going to deteriorate after coronavirus is solved and put away.
Alrighty, well, Ami Horowitz, go check out his brand new documentary video. You can check it out on YouTube over at Daily Wire. Actually, you can check it out
exclusively for Daily Wire.
Exclusively for us. It's an amazing video. It's the greatest video you've ever seen in your entire life. And you should go check it out right now at Daily Wire and subscribe while you're at it. Ami, great to talk to you.
Always a pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Ben Shapiro Show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on all of our future content.